Hello and welcome to our quantitative reasoning series. This is section G, right? If you're getting to see this for the first time, please do it to check the playlist. We have section A, B, C, D, E, and F already on the playlist. And you still have time now to check. After about some months, this is going to be only for the paid class, all right? So please do it to check, like, and subscribe, all right? Bonus for early subscribers, all right? So now let's analyze the samples. We have these samples there with 5 pots. You have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Okay, so we have to analyze how to get the answer for each of those pots here. Okay, so we look at the samples and see if there is the pots with the biggest number across the samples, and we can see that the one inside is bigger. All right, so that means we're going to see what we can do bigger across the samples. All right, not that it's just the biggest here and then this one is the biggest. All right, so if you're looking for the biggest number, you're looking at it across the samples in the same position, all right, which I call pots. All right, so now we have 53, so that means we're looking at what we can do with 1, 8, 6, 5 to get 53. Okay, so one of the things you have to check here, looking at 53, you know 53 is not a multiple. It's not a multiple of a particular number, all right, that you know. At least I believe you should know your multiplication table from 2 to 12, right? So from that range of multiplication facts, you can't find 53 anywhere. So that means this is not the result of a multiplication. That's very important for you to understand. And then you know definitely is either an addition is involved or a subtraction. An addition or a subtraction. So that's settled. Okay? So now, having settled that, let's now look at it. What can we do with this? And then obviously when you have 4 numbers like this, you should also know that you're going to pair them. All right? First, you can check round to see, okay, what if I do 1 plus 8, 9, 9 plus 6, 15, 15 plus 5, 20. That will be less than the total we are looking for. So that means a multiplication is involved. Since you cannot just add all the components together to get the answer you're looking for, so that means you're going to do some kind of multiplication before you do that addition or subtraction that will give you 53. All right, and usually this multiplication work in pairs. All right, so this is the category of quantitative reasoning I call combination. All right, combinations. All right, so how are we going to combine that? So we're going to pair the numbers. So let's try 1 and 8 and then 5 and 6. So we'll do like 1 times 8, 8, 5 times 6, 30. Then 8 plus 30. All right, that's far from 53, right? So let's do another pairing. So we've done this way. Let's do this way, all right? So 1 times 5 is 5. 8 times 6 is 48. 48 plus 5. That's 53. That's 53, right? So this times this times this, then we add them together. That's 53. Let's check with this sample. All right, 6 times 4 is 24. 5 times 3 is 15. 5 times 3 is 15. 4 plus 5 is 9. 2 plus 1 is 3. Checked. That's correct, but we still need to check for the last one. All right. So 1 over 2 times 2 over 3. 1 over 2 times 2 over 3. 2 here 1 and 2 here 1. That's 1 over 3. And then 3 over 4 times 4 over 9. So 3 over 4 times 4 over 9. 4 goes there 1 and 4 in 4 is 1. 3 in 3 is 1. 3 in 9 is 3. So that would be 1 over 3. So 1 over 3 plus 1 over 3, that will be 2 over 3. Checked. So we can use any of the samples because none of them have repeated numbers. So let's use this to write our analysis. So what did we do? 1 times 5 plus 6 times 8, and that gave us 53. 1 times 5 plus 6 times 8. Can you see how I put them in brackets? All right, so we do this first. We also consider this before we add them together, and the answer is 53. So if you are reversing this, very easy, since the last thing you did was addition, okay? So, but you have to do the complete part first. So if this part is complete, you multiply it and then subtract that from the total, leaving you with this multiplication. So now I'll subtract, let's say I have 1 times 5 complete. I'll subtract that part from 53, and that will leave me with 6 times 8. So if I subtract these from 53, I'm left with 6 times 8. And how do I reverse my answer? So let's say the answer here is now 1 times 5 is 5. Then take away 5 from 53, you have 48. So for me to get my 8, I'm going to do 48 divided by 6, which is 8. The same from the same answer, if I want to get my 6, I'm going to do 48 divided by 8, and I have my 6. So these two settled from here. All right. So now, if I have this part 2 complete, and I'm looking for any of this part, so the first thing is for me to subtract that multiplication from 53. So I'll subtract 6 times 8 from 53. So 6 times 8 is 48. Take that away from 53 and you're going to be left with 5. All right. So since I'm taking away this multiplication from 53, I'm left with 5. And that 5 is the product of 5 and 1. Since that 5 is the product of 5 and 1, I'm going to divide the product by 5, I'll get 1. And then divide the product by 1, I'll get 5. So the product is 5 here. So I'll do 5 divided by 1, and that will give me 5. And then 5 divided by 5 will give me 1. So I have the answer to this part and to this part. So we have 5 parts. This is number 1. The one in the center, we multiply and then we add. Multiply this, add the answers together, and you have the center. That's what we have written down. So for the first analysis, for the second and third, and fourth and fifth. Okay? Do where to go over this video so that you can master it, and then follow the exercises. See how I'm going to apply these formulas in the exercises, and then I'm telling you it's going to be very straightforward for you. Let's go back to the exercises. All right, now to the exercises. We have questions 24 through to 27 to answer. We've already done our analysis. Okay, so we are using this analysis to guide us as to know what to do. Okay, so in number 24, we are looking for the guy at the center. All right, that's in place of 53 in our analysis. So how did you get 53? We did 1 times 5 plus 6 times 8. Okay, and that gave us 5 plus 48, which is 53. So that means here we're going to do 3 times 4 plus 12 times 4. So 3 times 4, 12, right? And 12 times 4, that's 48. And 48 plus 12, 12 plus 48 that will give us 60. So the answer to number 1 is 60. The answer to number 1 is what? 60. And then that's 24, sorry. In number 25, we have the question mark in place of 5. So how did we get 5? Right? So we have to know, we do this product and then subtract from 53. So the complete part, so here now we have 12 and 8 as a complete part. This part is not complete. So we multiply this 12 times 8 and then we subtract it from 114. All right, so for number 25, we do 114 minus 12 times 8. That's what we're going to do first. So that's 114 minus 12 times 8. That's 96, right? 96. So if I take away 90 from here, I'm left with 24. Take away 16 from 24, and then you're left with 18. So this is 18. So after taking the product, this product from the total, we are left with this other product. Remember, we did this times this plus this times this to get this one. So if you take this times this from the total, we are left with 3 times this. All right. So now that we know that this times this must give us 18. So what number are you going to multiply by 3 to get 18? What number would you multiply by 3 to get 18? And that's simply 18 divided by 3. And the answer is 6. So to number 25, the answer is 6. Okay. And then I want us to deal with the fraction together. I'm leaving question number 26 for you to handle, and I would like to see your answer in the comment. But let's take 27 together. So for question number 27, we're looking for this part, and that's in place of 1. Okay, so what we're going to do, we take the product of this times this, and then we subtract it from the total. Since we have added this times this plus this times this to get the total, let's take the product of this from the total, and then we are left with the product of these two guys. All right, so we're going to do the total, which is 8 over 9 minus 3 over 5 times 5 over 9. So we know that 5 goes here once, 5 in 5, 1, 3 in 3, 1, 3 in 9, 3. So we are left with 1 over 3 here. Okay, or I could just leave it, since I have 9 here, I could just leave the 3 over 9. All right, so I won't reduce that. So I have 3 and 9. So I just cancel the 5. So that will be 8 over 9 minus 3 over 9. Okay, so this is easy peasy, right? So 8 over 9 minus 3 over 9, that's 8 minus 3, and that will be 5 over 9. Okay, so I know now that the product of this question mark and 2 over 3 is 5 over 9. So I'm looking at what will I multiply by 2 over 3 to get 5 over 9. And easy peasy. What do? I divide 5 over 9 by 2 over 3, just like I did here. What will I multiply by 3 to get 18? So I'll just do 18 divided by 3, and that will give me 6, because 3 times 6 is 18. So here I'm looking at what can I multiply by 2 over 3 to get 5 over 9. So I'll just do 5 over 9 divided by 2 over 3. And here we do our keep, change, flip. You keep the first fraction as it is, 5 over 9, you change the sign, and then you flip the fraction, the next fraction. So that will be 3 over 2 instead of 2 over 3. All right, so we can cut this. 3 goes here 1, and 3 in 9 is 3. And then we have 5 times 1, 5, and then 3 times 2, 6. All right, so the final answer is 5 over 6. So this is 5 over 6. All right, so now I will want you to try out number 26. You're looking for this part, and that's in place of 6, right? look through the analysis, and from the examples I've done, the exercises we've done, you should be able to tackle that. And let's have it in the comments. If you have any questions, please do where to ask. And remember, if you have not subscribed, please do. Thank you. Bye.